So I'm sitting here racking my brain trying to do the math of, okay, if this happens, the Lions play this team. If this happens, the Lions play this team. If this happens, the Lions play this team. And I'm sure there's a ton of people are thinking that right now. So instead of everyone pulling out a pen and paper and writing down a math equation, I'll just tell you, okay? So nothing matters for the Lions until 4:30 tomorrow on Fox. This sounds like a Fox game. Green Bay at Philadelphia. Play the sound. It'd be nice if there's a little snow, maybe some reminiscence of Jeremiah Trotter, Brian Dawkins, Brian Westbrook, and McNabb. Anyways, it's kind of nice that this works out this way. If Green Bay wins, that's it. The equation's over. Turn off the video. They're the 7th seed. If they win, we're playing them. It doesn't matter what else happens. Now, with this, I'm also going to kind of think a little bit forward of who do I want to play against. And it really, I'm not worried about any of these teams. There's definitely teams I think will be better. So Green Bay would not be my first choice, and luckily I'm not on the team, so it doesn't matter what I say. I don't think I can control any jinxes, but Green Bay would not be my first choice. It is tough to beat a team 3 times. That's nomenclature. The Lions have proven it's tougher to beat them 1 time. They haven't even lost 3 times this year. So Green Bay doesn't seem tough to me. Josh Jacobs is probably the only tough player that comes to mind. Their defense is pretty good. So Green Bay wouldn't be my first choice. I think who the Lions will play hinges on Sunday night, 8 o'clock on, nothing screams football than the cock. On Peacock, all the beautiful peacock symbol thing that they do. Washington going into Tampa, I think, will hinge on who the Lions will play. I think there's a chance all 3 wildcard teams win. All 3 teams on the road win. So it would not surprise me at all if Washington beats Tampa. Of the 3 road dogs, they're probably the team I would want to face the most. I think they're the most inconsistent. They've probably they have the worst defense out of all the playoff teams, I think, for sure. The Lions would shred them, and all of that pressure would be on Jaden Daniels' shoulders. I've said all year, part of the Lions' defense is their offense, putting pressure on the other team, and I think that Washington offense would crack under this pressure. So Washington is the team I hope we play. For that to have to happen, Washington is the 6th seed. Philly would have to beat Green Bay. Washington would have to win, and that's it. Okay? The third wild card game that matters for the Lions fans is Minnesota-Los Angeles. For them to play either of those teams, that would mean Washington would have to lose and Green Bay would have to lose. Okay? So this game is kind of solitary. If Washington and Green Bay loses, we know we're playing the winner of this game. I think Minnesota's going to win. They're favored. Wow. They're favored by 2.5. This spread has gone up by 1.5. Nobody believes in the Rams. I don't either. So that's that. Now, where did these 3 teams rank as far as who I would want to play? I would want to play Washington first. I would want to play Green Bay second. I would want to play Minnesota third. If that scenario, Green Bay and Washington both lose and the Rams win, I think we crush the Rams. I think they've got enough gas in the tank to go one more time, just like the Seinfeld clip where Kramer and the salesman just grab hands like, who's that, Bonnie and Clyde, I think, and just go off into the moonlight. So the Rams have got, enough tank in the gas to go around one more time. If they beat Minnesota, they're going to be spent. Stafford can't come back into this building again. I mean, geez. I think he would get a full rain down of boos at this point. First time was kind of mixed because everyone's so excited about the playoffs. The second time, I think he probably heard it a little bit more, but also the Lions fans are kind of over him. This point, I think the Lions fans are 100% over him and will just boo the shit out of him. So where does that put Tampa? For us to play Tampa, Green Bay would have to lose, Washington would have to lose, and how would Tampa be the lowest seed? Is it possible for Tampa to be the lowest seed? No, right? Oh man, did I just math that for us? There's no way we could play Tampa. See, this is why we do this. I didn't put that together. There's got to be other people that thought that. So we cannot play Philly. We cannot play Tampa. There are 4 teams the Lions can play. The Rams, the Vikings, Washington, and Green Bay. If Green Bay wins, we're playing them. If Green Bay loses and Washington wins, we're playing them. If Green Bay and Washington lose and Minnesota beats the Rams, we're playing them. If all 3 of those teams, all 3 of the road teams lose, we play the Rams, okay? So of the 4 teams I would like to play the most, I would like to play Washington the most. I think they're the most inconsistent. I think we would crush the literal pressure on Jaden Daniels trying to keep up with our offense would crush him. He is great, though. Don't get me wrong. I think the first half that would prove to be a problem, but we would eventually outpace him. Between the next two, I would want to play the Rams the next. I think similar to Washington, they're the least consistent. They're the most likely to crack. Minnesota is by far the best team. They've got the best record, okay? I think they're the third, at least, at worst, the third best team in our conference. So I would want to play Washington, then the Rams, then the Packers, then the Vikings. That's what I think. Again, for that to happen, if Green Bay wins, we play them. That's it. 4:30 game tomorrow. Don't have to worry about the rest. It's nice of the NFL to do that for us. If Washington wins and Green Bay loses, we play them. Washington and Green Bay have to lose. Minnesota to win for us to play them. All three road teams lose. Rams win. We play them. That's that. There. You don't have to think about it. I thought about it for you. Have a great wild card weekend. Maybe I'll dip into the AFC real quick for my Master Chief fan out there, the one Chief fan I know. All right, ciao.